Alright, here I am talking about the thing that I was originally supposed to be talking about on this channel, and that is Lost. Yes, I'm doing another Lost review after, I think, several years. Well, not several, but I think the last time I did a Lost review was in 2017, maybe? Could have been 18, but I'm pretty confident it was 2017. Speaking of confident, the episode that I'm going to be talking about today is Confidence Man. That is Season 1, Episode 8. The very first Sawyer flashback episode where we start to find out a little bit more about him. Not much, actually. You know, all the information we really got about him we could have surmised in one or two flashbacks, but you know, that's not really the point of what they're doing here. So yeah, this is the first flashback episode we get for Sawyer, and overall I'd say the episode was good. It was definitely, you know, they're really, at this point in the show, they're really just kind of not introducing everybody, but kind of introducing everybody in a way, just giving us a little bit more backstory for these characters to really show, you know, who they are, why they're here, kind of, in a way. Almost like what's wrong with them. And so, you know, we start off with Sawyer now. We find out that he was a con man, you know, running these things, and we find out about the stuff that happened with his parents. And they do it in an interesting way, where at first you think that he is the Sawyer that the letter is written to, but then later on you find out that he actually wrote the letter himself to someone else, and he started doing cons himself too, almost taking after this Sawyer person that he's looking for. And they kind of like pull the rug under you a little bit, where it reaches a point where you think that you're actually witnessing the con that was written about in the letter, because when the kid shows up, but then it kind of, you know, then it kind of changes on you when he backs out, and you know, that's the point where you kind of realize that, you know, he's not that bad of a person. He's not going to want to do to this family what was done to him. So you get, you know, you get a lot, but then, you know, you get a lot of character, I guess not really development, but information about Sawyer. It's a really deep dive into who he is, because I also liked the moment where he starts confiding with Kate about what happened to his parents and how he wrote the letter, but then it all kind of shifts again because he sees her kind of like feeling sorry for him, and then he kind of like almost like snaps a little bit and, you know, regresses a little bit back into himself and is like, "Don't you feel sorry for me?" and gets all angry with her. So it's interesting. And then the whole situation with him being tortured by Sayid and Jack. It's interesting how this all plays out, because it's almost like a perfect storm, kind of like a powder keg. Because you got Sawyer, who's a stubborn asshole, and then you got Jack, who's also stubborn, but then he's got this fixation with fixing everything and saving everybody, so he wants to, so he's desperate to help Shannon. And then you got Sayid, who in the last episode was just knocked out by persons unknown at this point, and the transceiver. Is it transceiver? I think it's the transceiver is what they're calling it. I just watched the episode, I should know, but the transceiver was destroyed, and so now he's still kind of ticked off about that. He's curious to find out who it was, and then Locke comes along. Locke kind of like throws the match into the fire by throwing Sawyer under the bus, suggesting that it was Sawyer who, you know, knocked Sayid out, talking about slow fuse with a cigarette, which ICTV, I don't know how to improvise a slow fuse with a cigarette, but whatever. There's a couple things here that was like, I guess you could suspend your disbelief a little bit. It's interesting to find out this episode that, all you gotta do is rub some leaves on your chest and your asthma's cured, and never mentioned again for the rest of the show. But it's interesting to find out that the original plot or the original idea for the story was going to be to introduce two new characters, like in their 50s or something, who had asthma, instead of giving that storyline to Boone and Shannon. It was going to be like a 50-year-old guy and his wife. I guess in the end it didn't really matter. I guess it's better that we didn't have two new characters to introduce and worry about. But because it didn't really... this whole asthma stuff didn't really impact Boone or Shannon's story that much. It was really just about Sawyer and Jack and Sayid, because now Sawyer went through all this crap, and then Sayid and Jack have to deal with kind of the guilt of what they did, more so Sayid, because that's, I did also like how it set up Sayid's storyline, Sayid's episode in the upcoming episode, which I think Solitary Man. Is that the name of it? I think it's. It's been a while. Been a while since I've done this, so I'm still a little rusty on everything. But I'm pretty sure Solitary Man, or is it just Solitary? No, it's just Solitary. What the hell am I thinking? Solitary Man. What a stupid. So Solitary is Sayid's episode, and I'm pretty sure that's coming up. I don't think, sometimes they might have like a he's not here for this episode and they won't go back to him, but I'm pretty sure Solitary is the next episode in Sayid's, and it really does a really good of transitioning from like this episode or whatever into the next episode with Sayid and what he's going through. Obviously setting up, he's leaving the beach, he's gonna go walking, and he's gonna find the cable, and that'll lead him to Rousseau, and then he'll just get knocked out again, like he frequently does apparently. So right, yeah. It was a good episode. There was the nice little subplot or whatever with Charlie and Claire finding peanut butter, and then I guess you could finally address, Hurley's been on this island for 2 weeks and he still looks like Hurley. It's one of the island's mysteries, I suppose. But yeah, I also guess it's like a little continuity problem, or just a story plot hole, where Sawyer kind of leaves that money with that family, and he still owes what is it? He owes $200,000 to that random guy playing pool that he loaned the $1,600 from in the first place. How much? No, maybe $20,000. I don't know. He owes a lot of money. I just watched it. I should know this, but anyway, that's never brought up or mentioned again, and yeah, it's just interesting to see a lot of Sawyer, learn a lot about him in this episode, and definitely start exploring his relationships with these characters. I guess most specifically Kate and Jack, and to a lesser extent Sayid. You don't get much of Locke in this episode either. I mean, I guess that's a good thing that they managed to pull off in season 1, is even if an episode isn't about a character, that character can still be in it. You can still give all these characters something to do. Like Jin and Sun and Michael, they even had their own little minor subplot too. I guess it's, plot line number C, with Michael helping Sun find the magic plants to help Shannon breathe better, and Jin being poor, confused Jin, has no idea what the hell's going on. And I guess eventually he gets it, like, ah, she was helping him, okay. And yeah, no, very minor for Locke, and got Hurley in there, being Hurley, saying Hurley things every once in a while, pass by Star Wars reference, very Hurley-esque. And yeah, good episode. I'm gonna try and keep these on the short side, just for my own sake. It's easier to film, less to upload. It doesn't take as long to upload too. I know if I hit like the 30-minute mark, it takes like 2 hours to upload, which is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. It was a good episode. I liked it. I'm looking forward to the next one. Solitary, not Solitary Man. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I will see you guys next time.